Here for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Here for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Here for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Here for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. Here for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Here for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Tuesday today. Let's get it. Make sure all systems go. Thing looks well. And yeah, let's have a look what we got going on for today. Start off with the calendar as usual. See what we have here. Tuesday, we have a bit of Udia speaking. I don't know if he's spoken already. Let's see Financial Juice. I was away from the internet for like 2 weeks. Damn. Welcome back, brother. Good to see you. I was wondering. Yeah, I thought maybe just chilling. Udir speaks 11:50. Okay, good. That's after London Open. So at least he's speaking after London Open, which is definitely something a little bit better. So that's fine. Everything's good there. Let's see what we got going on in general here. Yeah, everything looks pretty much okay. We have a bit of CHF and then later some jolts in US session, but London is clean here. London is clean. And yeah, let's have a look at what the charts have been doing. So yesterday, GJ, remember, was stuck in London session in this range, broke out later between New York and London session. And then there was a sell back down towards the bottom of the range a little bit during New York. That was kind of your New York option. I saw some of the guys tried that in the exclusives. It was nice to see. And then it got a bit choppy, and then, you know, this Asian has popped up here. So if we're starting on, daily time frame here, we can see that previous daily still closed bearish, but we're sitting at this like daily support here. So essentially there is a target that has been met in terms of sells. This should be around that key level as well. If I change this key level to 193, it should be around there. Let's see. Yeah, basically right there. We can put double line, it's okay. But that's that level, is that basically that support there. On 4-hour time frame, we've created a support right now. We're closed back within this support right here, and we have this support right here. So it's like a double support. Mixed session bias with that type of close there. Previous daily bearish, previous 4-hour bullish. 1 hour a little bit messy. 30-minute as well, coming close to the bottom of the range. And so is this. So for buys today, let's put this as 15. I feel like getting back inside of this range would be your only option. Otherwise, you kind of are trying to get back towards the bottom of the range, but we're almost there with this move down that's happened already. So there could be an option. The problem, I don't like trying to take setup 2 back down into 4-hour support. That's the only issue I have. So I want to really see how price forms here, you know. I think the sells from here down, it's quite tight. It's like 7 pip range, so that's all going to be dependent on stops. Yeah, dependent on stops that will be. And we'll see basically how that ends up forming. Below the range, 1-hour support to daily support is the trade. See if we can push through daily support, which is also that key level. And then right now we're moving towards the upside. So we're going to see what it does around that 15, around 405, if it wants to get back inside the range. Problem is, again, we have another 1 hour sitting here. 30-minute looks okay, but you know, you're kind of trading to that 1 hour. So what is that? That's like 8 pips. So this 1 hour close will give us more information to see if we close bullish or bearish. So yesterday, after a very heavy day yesterday towards the upside, I think yesterday since Asian session, we pushed, let's see a total of how much we saw peak. We saw 1,030 pips here. So very decent move, 1,000 pips on gold in a day. It's one of the heaviest moves we've seen in a while, basically. So what are we looking for now? Well, daily is obviously closed bullish after that big rally, and we've closed above all structure right now. We're retesting previous daily resistance. We can just change that to a P. Yesterday it was not previous, today it is. So we're retesting previous daily resistance. 4-hour time frame as well, closing bearish, so it is mixed session buy. So if we want to bounce from here, it does kind of make sense to bounce from here and look for some form of upside here. Start to clean up some of these lines. That's our next resistance there as well. Put that 30. Is the 1 hour the same? Yeah. 15 is a little bit higher, so I'm actually going to take the 15. This is here. So I'm going to take the 15s. And then we kind of draw a box to the 30. Would be better. Something like this. This yesterday's box we can remove. So that's like our 30 range. So buys above here would make sense, which is above this 15. To get to this and see what happens. If this is going to be a retest of daily support and we see a bounce out to this zone, that this is where it's going to come from. I'm hesitant to sell on before this lows. I kind of want to be selling before these lows here. Not before, but after would be a little bit better in my opinion. Unless something forms and we can find a way back down, but it's looking a little bit tough, especially with that previous daily resistance. Nice reaction from the previous daily resistance. 5 is very messy though. Again, 1 hour candle gonna give us a lot of information. Close below or above structure gonna help a lot. So kind of waiting for that 1 hour is gonna help, and then we take it from there and see. So that's kind of the plan for gold. Looking maybe for above here. See if we get below here, we can start to break down. And if we start to break down towards the lows, then we can see what ends up happening, right? Let's have a look at DAX here on the other hand. So yesterday daily candle kind of stuck in a range, DAX at the moment, but still closing bullish. Still a good close. Nice liquidity grab from yesterday. If you remember yesterday, we were taking the buys on DAX yesterday. So you can see that that daily candle did actually come through. Even though it went for deeper liquidity grabs, the buys actually made sense. So we ended the day a little bit higher, 4 hours closing mixed. Let's just mark this daily support. Mark this daily resistance, this 4 hour resistance. So 1 hour, no pullbacks yet, just dumping down at the moment, mixed session bias. Let's see this little support here we have on the 15. And then we have a resistance up here. So I want to see this again. This hour close is seeming very important to me today on all pairs to confirm a sort of direction here. Because if the hour close is bearish, then we could see some of what we saw yesterday moving down a little bit further. But if this hour can close bullish, you can start to entertain the buys above 24k. 24k buys makes sense to me to try retrace some of this move. But that's going to depend on this next 15 minutes here. This next 15 minutes is going to tell us the story. And we'll be able to figure it out from there. Especially on this 1 hour, does it close bullish or bearish? I do like this daily close. Current daily making deep bottom wick. Four hour not looking the best for buys, to be honest. So I do feel like the buys could be like a bounce up and then it retraces to maybe head further down. That is possible, but we'll see what to trade in the short term right when we get basically some closes that give us better information. So overall, that is the plan for today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the plan. Everything makes sense, and yeah, let's get it. Let's see what we have in some stores in store for us today, and let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Make sure to do the YouTube business, guys. 300 of us in here. Get the likes up to 150. I would appreciate it. You guys know the drill. Hate to say it, part of the game. Do the YouTube business. If not, you are not gonna say it. So that's it, man. Could you check my plan, see if there's anything I could change? Which plan exactly? Does it match my plan? If it doesn't match my plan, then there are things maybe you want me to look at. So which plan exactly? If it matches my plan, then it's good. It's the same plan as me. So I want you to think more focused into what you want exactly to extract from that. It's going to help you think, okay, Harry, I have on this plan I have this different. What do you think? That's going to be more focused to be like, hey, this is what I see differently, instead of me just going over something that maybe I've already said. This is how you're going to like take your progression to the next level. If your plans are completely different than mine, I think there's maybe slightly a problem, right? So you let me know exactly which one you want to look at, which one's different. And then we'll have a look now. Yo, Amo, hope you're well, brother. Good to see you. I'm good, brother. I'm good. You? Good, good. Not completely, pretty similar. GJ Gold plans, just wanted to make sure setups I'm looking for is correct. If I have them planned, then they are correct. So that's how you have to check your plans. Yeah, rather you just put a line there just so we can clarify, okay, that's where your buys are above. Too late for buys, right? So this is what I want you to notice, right? This is very, very, very important. You mark here and you say that you want to take buys above 572. I never planned for buys above 572. So that should be your question, saying, hey, Harry, I planned for buys above 572. What do you think on GJ? This is like proactively thinking. I'm going to make you really realize like, hey, that's basically what I'm looking for. Does it make sense? And I'll come back and tell you, actually, it doesn't make sense, because by the time we get here, there's been a big move. You're late. You're buying the highs. You see the difference? Because if your plan is to buy, why would you want to buy up here compared to just here? What's the difference between here and here? You know? This will really help clarify in your own mind, like, okay, this is what's different. Let me try adjust. Hey, Harry, hope you're doing good. Just the way it closes, man. Just the way it closes. See where it closes and stuff, you know. Hey honey, what the fuck? Since when do you go? Does someone call me that, man? When is the new update of PipLabs being released? We're in testing phase now, so maybe a couple of months. It's a massive upgrade, guys. It's not something small. The one we have now is very stable. But this one is gonna be revolutionized. Like the features that we're gonna have on the new PipLabs, I mean, it's massive change, guys. It's a massive, massive, massive change, and a change to the point, to a point where even a new website is coming. I mean, yesterday we were able to push 6 charts simultaneously running together. You know, so that's a huge leap in the backtesting facility. I mean, it's gonna be sick, man. It's gonna be very, very, very cool, because what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to trade. I mean, it's gonna be so cool, because we will be able to be like this. Like we'll have gold here, back testing, and then we'll say, oh, let's check GJ at this time. And without needing to open a new simulation, you just go and click on GJ and you can open the GJ chart. So you don't need to open a simulation for three different simulations for three different pairs. You all have it in the same simulation. It's gonna be sick. DAX getting back in the range on 5, can close back in. It's too early, man. I've never taken a trade on DAX at this time. But you could try it if it's something you've tested. It's just I've not tested this time. It's a valid setup for sure. But every trade I've taken at this time, I've actually lost. Not lost, but in back testing, it was very inaccurate time. Before, it never used to be a time I'd even consider. Why is it no? Never even be a time I'd even consider. Why? Because it's too early. It's too early because of spreads. But now these days my spreads are even at this time they're still decent. Even though it's early, my spreads are still decent. Back before, at this time, spreads used to be super wide for me during this time. I think for everyone. But I do like the setup. Hopefully Frankfurt Open can be the one. So if we can survive 6 minutes would be nice. That's Wild Harry instant switch? Yeah, exactly. And you can have simultaneous charts at the same time. I mean, there's so many features that will come, you guys, and it's a whole new interface. Cleaner. One-click trading is gonna be there. Spread, guys. We've worked very, very hard on spread analysis. Man, we've taken broker data. We've analyzed what is average spreads. And you wanna hear something very cool? If you trade prop firms and you know prop firms have certain spreads, you can put that spread in manually, right? So instead of us trying to calculate spread, you can just put in the spread and be like, okay, I know this prop firm on this pair runs 2 pip spread on gold. So you can put 2 pip spread on gold and it will adjust for that. So that you can be making sure you're back testing in the best environment. You know? So you guys better, you know, start back testing, because the results I've seen from people who are back testing have been insane. Plan S1, S3 here, but move happened early. Yeah, but it's too early. That's why it failed. You see what I mean? Long term it fails. You see? Yesterday on gold there was a move early, it worked, but normally it fails, right? There's nothing wrong with this trade. It broke above the highs, everything was fine. Structure you had down here as well, even if you put stop loss here, but the next candle failed too early. So to get back above there now would be fine, and then yeah, that's fine. Put that 2.5 FTMO spread, yeah, you could, right? That's the power. So I think it will be very useful. Why it fails, what's the reason? There's no market participants. Everyone is not there. So that's why it fails. Like right now, if you're taking positions early, doesn't mean you can't take any positions early, just means you can't expect an efficient move always. Meaning you can't expect to get from point A to point B as smooth as possible. So right now, if I wanted to trade DAX right now, and let's say I was taking an early position, I would take it maybe based off the 1 hour breaking this high. Stop wouldn't go here. No, stop would go below all these lows to give myself room, right? Because I don't expect a move straight away. And you can see it took its time, right? This is like 15, 30, 45, 1 hour, 1 hour 15, 1 hour 30, 1 hour 45, 2 hours. You see 2 hours to get where we are right now. Or like an hour basically from the open. Like 5 minutes till it's an hour to get where we are. What are spreads? How do I check mine? Are they important? They're probably a super important factor that you don't want to miss. Spreads is basically how the real price of the market versus the price that you're being quoted by a broker. So if the market is at 10 and your broker is quoting you 11, when you press the buy button or the sell button, in this case scenario it would be the buy button, you're going to be executed at 11, not 10, even though the market's down here. So in this scenario, let's say your spread was wide, instead of being executed here, you're going to be executed here. Now obviously this is a cost, right? This is a cost. This is going to affect you because this is going to not only adjust how big your stop loss is, it's going to increase your stop loss, plus it's going to, if you have break-evens in your plan, it's going to be a big factor of break-even because your break-even will be earlier than it needs to be. So you need to be able to manage costs and also to make sure that you're not being stupidly triggered. Let's say you want to take a trade from here to here, but your spread is here. It's like, that's like 25% of your trade done, you know. Obviously that's a very big example and a very harsh example, but it adds into that factor, you know. Makes it hard to manage trades with big spreads. Same thing with TP, right? When you're going towards TP. So no 5-minute structure here. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles pushing straight. So what I would love to see is the candle can close somewhere around here. If it pushes any more, it's a little bit difficult. We've only had one 5-minute candle close, and that's all the way up there. So I'd love to see this chill here. If this could close bearish, would be even better. It would still close the 15-minute bullish, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. But ideally, I'd love to see some sort of 5-minute structure here. Closing bearish, next one closing above, and then the last 5 minutes of the next 15 to do business. Now, like I said, if this closes bearish would be better, because then it would, the first 5 minutes of the 15-minute candle, we could get it above the highs. I can't tell you how much backtesting changed my trades and mentality, revolving the rules, challenging myself to backtest 100 trades on journal. Appreciate you taking the time to make that project. I appreciate you using it, man. I think it's super important, and it really does help. Like, I honestly, that's one of the biggest things I did when I started streaming, man, is trading, is I was backtesting, man. That's the whole reason I made this project. Do you use some sort of delay in the stream? There is delay. It's just natural from YouTube. I keep it as low as possible. But there is delay. That's why I run Zoom at the same time, and that's why I have an exclusive group to make sure that there's no delay. Otherwise, I just let everyone watch from stream and then join after stream for questions on private, you know, to speak to me directly and get private feedback and stuff like that. But there is some sort of delay. So nice push out of here, ruining our trade idea for an entry. No top wick as well makes it even worse. No top wick candles kind of are 50-50. Spreads? Exactly. That would be your spreads. Yes, that's not bad spreads. Your spreads are pretty good. I don't mind your spreads. What gold charts do you use? I'm using Pith at the moment. I'm going to join premium group right now. If you like all the other factors, it would be definitely good. It only costs $1.8 per day. Definitely worth it. Right now, we're not on wait list, so you don't have to wait. Normally, you have to wait 1 to 2 weeks to get accepted. We're not. You get instant administration. I actually should put an announcement in the Discord. We still have around 11 spots, so you have time until I think if I put an announcement, I don't know how fast it fill up these days. Lovely push here on DAX, man. Just a shame about giving us an entry here. Wonder if there's 1 minute structure there here. Where's this 1 minute structure? Let's see. I always like to look at how could I have entered if this was in my scenario. So I'd have to put stops below here. This would be about 16 point stops. We pushed around 13. Yeah, that's easy, man. That's a good position. That's a nice little position. That would have been my entry if this candle came here on the actual open, when spreads come down, when we have Frankfurt open, when it's part of my rules. If it's not part of your rules, you haven't missed anything. As much as it may feel like that because you've seen it happen in front of you, what you're watching right now is something called bad profits. This is something that's going to make you lose long term, and that's probably why you don't have profits right now. That's probably why you don't make money in the market. is because these type of events is just your default. You see an event like this, the next time it happens, you try repeat, right? You said, okay, I've seen this play out before, I'm taking it today. And the day you take it, you end up losing. And then nothing changes in your trading. You ask yourself, like, you always reflect, think to yourself, are you actually making money? And if the answer is no, that means you're doing something wrong and you need to change something. So this is one of the things that most people have to change, is stop taking positions that they don't have statistically proven probabilities on, even though they play out in front of you. The time you take it, it always loses. If you're making money taking these positions, guess what? If you're making money taking these positions, then it's something valid, right? Continue taking them. But for sure, on something that is obviously I've designed and I've tested, I know where my probabilities lay. That's why I'm only one of the few. A lot of people ask me, how come you stream for 2 years straight publicly, showing your trades live, entry to exit? Well, that takes consistency, right? All right, I'm in the exclusive now. I've never used WOP, but I'll figure out though. It's very simple, man. There's an introduction video in WOP when you use it. Any questions you can ask. I have a previous 4 hour. Let's double check that, man. No, nothing for me, man. Previous 4 hours all the way up here at 85. 28, there's nothing there. There's no previous 4 hours. Do you have a video talking about spreads? Yes, my risk management, maybe. No, that talks about lot size. Spreads, you know, you can just Google search that. It's very simple. Yeah, great move on DAX here, but this is basically it done for now. So we need to wait, see what everything else is doing. That was the move we would have want to been part of if we could have. So sometimes, you know, you get the chance, sometimes you don't, but good to see volume. This is how market works, right? You take 6 wins in a row. The reason we take 6 wins in a row is because we wait for our opportunity. You don't wait for opportunities, you're going to be giving and taking, giving and taking. You make money, give it back. You make money, you give it back. Yes, it seems more exciting. Yes, it seems like you're actually making money, but you're not. Because at the end of the month, we will compare and we will see long term, okay, what's happening. What will we find? We won't find too much good. They say, oh, that's actually not a good idea. Because guess what? We have something called commissions. Commissions, slippage. So even though you're giving and taking, that's still costing you. I remember the first year of, not first, I think it was closer in the second year. I started trading with bigger lot sizes, and I remember that at the end of that year, it was like, it was like maybe 8 months into the year. 8 months into the year, when I go and I check my MT5 history, I was up like $500. I was up $500 in terms of P&L. This is like maybe a year and a half into trading, a little bit more, year and 8 months. So I was up $500, but my commissions was minus 4K. Can you imagine? That's how much with commission spread. So net minus I was, because it's a cost. So this is something to consider, right? And this is why sometimes you see like people say, let's give this a shot. Worst case scenario, we go break even. Yeah, but sometimes break even costs as well. So I try to avoid my break evens as well as much as possible, because I know long term, I've seen it happen to me. Today it might not matter. If you're winning multiple trades, it doesn't matter. But long term, that can add up and it can be an unnecessary cost if avoidable, right? So you always need to be thinking like this. This is what's going to build you the strongest edge. You know? So you're always forward thinking of how you can save, and this is really how you can maximize your profitability, you know? In anything in life, to be honest. Not only, this is like in everything. You should be thinking the same way for everything. If I'm new and my lifestyle lets me grind for 12 hours a day and take more trades, more than 25 a month, should I do it? Because I see you only trade for 2 hours. If I could take 20 trades a day and they were highly accurate, then I would obviously do that. But that's never the case, because at some point your mental capital goes down and it just doesn't work like that. If there, I mean, you could high frequency trade on the 1 minute and stuff like that, but that's no lifestyle. Come to me back after like 4 years. I mean, if you just plan to do that for like a couple of months, fine. But come back. Like, I've been doing this now for 5 years plus, almost, and really, that will just kill you. You know, like I'm telling you, like from a perspective. And once you actually become a good trader, you realize how important it is to protect your mental well-being, because you can very quickly tilt in the market. Market can cause you to tilt. Like, external factors in life are already hard enough. Everyone has problems, right? We all have problems, but the market is just going to bring out those problems that you have going on elsewhere in your life from trying to tilt you from different ways, either making you FOMO, making you insecure, making you feel like you're not doing anything right, making you feel sad, even makes you question what the hell you're doing, right? You have no path. You sit there and you question to yourself, like, what the fuck am I doing in these markets, man? And then when you sit there and question that to yourself, all of this starts to bring out everyone's personal problems that you have. Because guess what? And this is the fucking truth. There's a lot of fucking people who join trading because of a problem, right? You're either hurt, you either have a financial problem, you're either not happy with your life. It's very rare you have someone who joins trading and be like, yeah, I want to join trading because fuck it, man, looks fun. You know, a lot of people don't join trading because of that reason. Many join trading because of some pain that they have that they want to rectify and be a better version of yourself. No one gets better just because they want to be better. Something has to hurt you to become better. Whether that's someone insulting you, you were never the popular kid in school, maybe you had a bad relationship that ended bad and hurt you very bad and you want to level up your life. Maybe something happened in your family, your upbringing, you want revenge on whatever. There's always something that's a catalyst, and that catalyst causes you to go and make that level up. But that is all scars, right? That is all scars that you've had from your past, and the charts bring out those things that never really healed, right? Those things never really healed because we try to push it down with doing something else. We suppress, right? Remember what I talked about yesterday? I talked about suppression, about how you suppress emotions on the chart instead of just experiencing them. That's a form of suppression. Charts bring out those things. The minute you tilt, all shit hits the fan. It's not you to blame, it's just your experiences that's happened. And this game definitely pulls all of that out of you. You know, and this is what makes trading hard. So protecting mental capital is really what makes you be able to succeed long term. Even if it's slow and consistent gains, that's what you want to pray for, is slow and consistent gains. Because that's actually how you make money long term. You know? That's actually how you make money long term. Even though it's boring, man, it's painful as well, right? It's painful because it's not reaching your goals as fast as possible. But then, guess what? Like you just said, man, I'm here 2 hours a day. I'm here 2 hours a day. Guess what I have time for? Other things. So I can push to my goal in other ways as well, man. This is just an avenue that I can use. You know? And then guess what? You build multiple sources of income. And then guess what? Now you are who you wanted to be. And sometimes you forget about that, man. You know, you forget. You sit when you reach certain goals, you forget that, you know, the person you are right now is the person who you always wanted to be. You begged for work, you begged for grind, you begged for path, and then when you join the path, you start to regret. This is too much. I'm too tired. I can't take this anymore. Where is this going? But then 6 months ago, you were begging for that lifestyle because you were lost. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, PipLabs is free or paid. It has a free version. You can go try out the free version. To get the full version is paid, of course. It's a paid service with the work that's been put in, but you can try it for free. We're actually very generous for free. I want to show you guys what we do for free for you. We actually have given you 3 months of data, and including 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs to try for free. And it's quite a good amount of pairs. We put all most of the indices there because that's popular for testing. Gold, of course, very popular pair. GJ, maybe we take out GJ because it's not as popular anymore, and I'm gonna put Euro USD. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out GJ and put Euro USD. But tell me what you guys think. You want GJ for free, or you want me to put some other pair? So no, man, just buy it, bro. Joking. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and try it for free. I'll post the link in chat. Can you put orange juice? We can actually put orange juice. We can. It's actually possible. So these gold cells below here, very tough, you know. With this previous daily resistance, we could try to squeeze a trade to it. But I want to see a second candle close, not this current candle close. I thought you're removing it permanently. My bad. No. I said to change it from something else. Euro USD, yeah, that's what I mean. I think like more people generally trade Euro USD, so as a trial version, it would be better to give them that. I cut that clip out of that motivational talk. Good, man. You already cut that? It's pretty fast. How long was that talk? But it's true, man. It's true. Like as doom and gloom as it sounds, you need some sort of pain in your life to do something better, man. Like I don't know anyone that is successful without pain. Because it works like yin and yang, right? You know, you don't know what happy is without sad. So you need to know what success is. You can't know what success is without pain. So the only way, like if you're someone who's living a privileged life and doesn't have anything that's painful, which I'm sure there will be something that comes, as unfortunate as I have to tell you, you can put you know how you're going to put yourself in painful situation, guys? You're going to do what? You're going to do things that are difficult, because difficult things is what's going to create you to be in difficult situations that you have to get out of. You know? That's going to cause pain, right? Yeah, exactly. Move out of comfort zone. Night and day, we need both. It's very true, man. Do something every day that sucks. Yeah, it's actually good. You know, it's proven that it increases your neuroplasticity, and also I think increases lifespan. I need to double check my fact check, but I do remember watching a podcast on this. If you do something that you don't want to do every single day, the health benefits of that is like absolutely insane. Like the research done on that, it's like stupidly good for you. Like it's a hack. Andrew Huberman? Yes, it was him. Yes, correct. It was him. I'm sure you can find that clip. If you just type Andrew Huberman and then put do something shit every day. I mean, it's not do something shit, but do something you don't like. He explains the benefit. But I saw the research on top of that because I researched into it myself. Because I always try to do something I don't like every single day. For me, that's pretty simple to put yourself in those situations. Bro, why the daily candles start from nowhere like a mile away? It's because of potentially the broker you're using to see your charts. Try change broker. All right, this is not a bad close for us. Why? Because if we want to take sells, it's going to give a better stop loss. It also still opens the opportunity for buys above this high here. We never really tap target. See how GJ is doing. GJ is just boring, man. DAX is actually quite nice. You have to do everything you don't like? No, you have to do one thing a day that you don't want to really do. So like, let's say right now, if I told you, do you really want to go walk 10,000 steps right now? Some people would be like, I really don't want to go walk 10,000 steps right now. But then you do it. And the act of doing that is insane. Could you tell my wife about doing things that you don't want to do? Bro, it has to be consensual. You know, don't take it to that levels, bro. Shit, man. Otherwise, you won't have a wife very soon. I'll tell you that much. FIFA, man. Totally cooked. You know, we can fill this wick later here. I'm 17 years old. I don't want to do this trading shit, but I want cars. I need to do this every day. Listen, man. Cars, I know it's cool. You're 17. I was the same. But it's not it, man. It's not it. Trust me. It's not it. Cars is not going to bring you the happiness that you're actually looking for. It's a result of success. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a passion about cars. I also did spend money on a car, so I can't say advise against it because I enjoy that shit. But it's a motivator, and that's about it. So it motivates you every day to get shit done so you can treat yourself to that one day. And I like it as a motivator, but it's not going to satisfy. I promise you that. I promise you that. Every big thing I've bought in my life has made me happy, but made me depressed at the same time. Because like, damn, man, you enter a different league, you know? Because you close one door and open another door. And that other door you open is again scary, you know? It's like, okay, I've achieved that. Fuck, I have to go higher now? It's like, oh, man. Like, honestly, when I first bought my first property, I was so depressed after it. I'm like, I'm spending so much money. I've worked so hard. This is so boring. Like, I felt so bad because it's like, I'm obliged to do it. Like, I was like, really, really, really like, this sucks. Like, I've pushed so hard and I don't even get to treat myself. Like, and I was just feeling sorry for myself. Like, I haven't, and then you realize, like, are you fucking stupid, man? Look what you're doing at your age. Look at, you know, people would beg to have an investment like that. And then you get yourself out of it. You know? Same thing with cars, right? Like, you really enjoy the car, but it's like, damn, you know, okay, I've done that. I literally could have a supercar in my driveway when I want. I can change my GT3, put a Lambo. I can change the Lambo, put a McLaren. It's like, damn, that's a different level. Did it satisfy me? No, it doesn't satisfy me at all. It did quite the opposite. It made me more scared of how much further I can push myself. Does it make me happy? Hell yeah, because it's something I truly enjoy from a very young age, and I'm a racehead addict, you know? To track a car, to enjoy it, to do all of this stuff, it makes me purely happy as an enjoyment, but never does it satisfy. Nor should I sacrifice my integrity, my reputation, my dignity to do just something like that for a materialistic item. We have most of the people here these days, most of the people online are sacrificing their reputation, their dignity, who they are as a person, their integrity, right? For what? For materialistic items. And that will lead, you wait and see these same people 10, 15 years down the line. 10, 15 years down the line. They are very upset. And you only have one life, man. So don't sacrifice things to fill needs that other people have put pressure on you. Same thing in trading, right? The only reason we have so much pressure to do good in trading is that pressure is not put on by you. It was put on by others that's the expectations we can achieve. I wonder if this setup 5 would make sense here. Mixed bias. Eight minutes for the 30, 15 close, also 8 minutes. 5-minute close in about 3 minutes. If it closes below, stop loss would be about, okay, thank you, man. Okay, it's not bad, not bad. It's coming back. What stop loss? Like 12 points to get here is 9. 12 is about here. It's not that bad. We'll see about that. How's gold doing? Gold has made its bounce back towards its way up here. A 15-minute close like this in 8 minutes would make sense to fill the wick. You know? 96 people out of 516 like the stream. That's not fair. Hopefully they're just listening. I think we've had some good talks today. I like how these naturally come. You know? Like, people ask me a common question. Do you think streaming has held you back in trading? And my answer is yes and no. But in terms of risking more, yes, it has. Because you have added pressure that you cannot add that added pressure to adding risk. But definitely not in terms of profitability, because you're accountable to your reputation. So it definitely helps. I probably do more stupid shit by myself. Now, something that's very cool is, yes, it has held me back in terms of risk. Because, you know, you've had the added pressure and stuff like that. But I'm in for the long game. And also, I find trading extremely boring by myself. Like, I think I would actually say I can't do this for longer if I just had to show up every single day without like something to be accountable to except for just P&L. Like, I love to have people around you. It's why a trading floor is a trading floor. The top traders in the world don't trade by themselves, right? They're on a trading floor. Things going on, people to speak to. I think it's important. Would you consider setup 2 on GJ 1530 would also close below the range, below the 1 hour? For sells, you mean, right? It's not crazy. No, it's not crazy. That previous is bearish, so it's actually a bearish bias today. I just worry about that 4 hour right here. Let's mark that. I think this morning I said mixed by accident. So that's a mistake from me. That's a mistake. Hey bro, I'm new to you live stream. Can you tell me your last month win rate, total trade? What's your gain in percentage? That's all public knowledge. You can go check that. This is only for London session, so on stream. I don't take trades off stream. Last month, you can just check in the exclamation journal or check in the description. Last month results, I had 2 losses and 7 wins. 2 losses and 7 wins. No, I think more than 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 wins. 2 losses, 7 wins. So 2 and 7. What is the percentage of that? What is that win rate wise? Look at the reaction from the 4 hour. Good to market. 7 wins, not 6. 7. We had 6 wins in a row. Do you have a MyFX book? Yeah, I should. The problem was I saw people faking their MyFX book, so I didn't want to make my brand based on MyFX book. But for an investor account, I do have that hooked up to that. Do you invest more money when you started learning trading? In terms of what invest? What do you mean by invest? Where's some more ranges? Will you be doing a trade today? I hope so. I hope so. Would be nice. We're gonna see. We have this range here. Let's see if we can continue these buys. Let's see, put this here. 15. I wish the 5 was cleaner here. It's not as clean as I would have liked it to be. Otherwise, I'd just take this. But I'm wondering if I can fill the wick right now. I wonder if I can fill the wick right now. It's pretty ambitious. 4 minutes for this nice bottom wick. Wick here is about 5 points. To get here is 12 points. Stop loss here 20. It's too big, man. It's too big that. It's not going to be worth it. 20 points, you know. You're just trying to force something. Because to get all the way up here is only 14. And that's your target. You mentioned I have a mentor? No, I've never had a direct mentor, man. I never mentioned that. Learning the craft? You mean investing in courses and stuff? No, I think what you're getting confused is I paid some guy for a one-on-one. I paid about $700 for a 1 hour session. And it was total bullshit, man. Waste of time. Smart money guy as well. I really didn't learn anything, man. I just showed up to the one-on-one and no guidance. He's like, do you have any questions? I'm like, I just want to understand what's your step by step. And then he just started explaining random stuff. Like, I've done one-on-ones in the past. Like, my one-on-ones are extremely cheap. Not even half that price, man. But I need to... That's why I stopped doing them, because it's just not worth it. And the way I do one-on-one is first I do a 15-minute introduction call to get to know what their level is. And then based... Some people, they in a one-on-one, they want... they have like things that they struggle with and they want to have topics on that. So I'll take a note of, okay, they struggle with entries, they struggle with markup, they struggle with bias. In the one-on-ones, we covered those topics. Some people are just completely lost, don't know what to do. So then I take them through everything. I already have pre-planned, of course. And some people, they already know what they're doing, but they feel like they have leaks. So this was a very powerful one-on-ones I used to do, which used to help a lot of people. In just an hour, I used to get people worth of work that we used to do in 1 month. In 1 month worth of work, I could get them ahead in 1 hour. How? Is that what I did is called a leak finder. So essentially, I put them on PipLabs, or they have PipLabs, and I tell them backtest in front of me and trade like you're actually trading live. And I put pressure on them. So they're about to take a trade and I say, you have 5 seconds to decide. Like they paused the simulator. I said, don't pause. You have 5 seconds to decide. I put pressure. I can start to find where their leaks are in their trading, where they're finding issues, and then I give them an action plan. Plus I follow up for like 2 weeks afterwards, making sure that they're taking action on the plan. That's a proper one-on-one, right? Again, but I'm glad I experienced that in the past so that now I can pass my value on for, and actually see results. I'm motivated by results, and that's exactly why I was doing them, What was your primary education then? Backtesting, YouTube first, a lot of YouTube, and then backtesting to test what you learn on YouTube. Do you have any guidance like a free PDF or something for traders who are learning? I have something better. I have a free course. It's a 1 hour and 48 minutes long. So this is going to be way better than just some PDF, man. Way better. And it's free. This is what most people charge for. But I don't need to charge for this because I have even more valuable stuff for this. So that's the difference. Hey bud, I see a fair value gap on sell side and buy side. What's that direction? What is your point of interest you're looking for? I don't know what pair you're talking about. How much % of your win ratio is trading in London session? Like if you trade the same pairs different hours and you lose, what would your be in different hours? No, in sessions I'm accurate. I actually have a higher win rate in NY session because I take less trades. My win rate in NY in London is I think 75-76%. If I take trades outside of the session, I'm probably at like a 40-50% win rate. Gold, in regards to the fair value gap, I don't trade gaps. I like to keep my gaps closed. I'm not looking to fill men's gaps or market gaps. Any type of gaps, it's not really, what I'm interested in. But if that's what you like to do is fill gaps, then nah, man, I don't trade. I don't trade using fair value gaps. Only thick thigh gaps? Yeah, this different subject we talk about. What's my bias on gold? So today on gold is nice because you can actually look for both. Buys above here are going to make sense. And then if we start to break below these ranges, we could also start to take sells. But so far, I'm more on the buy side because of us retesting previous daily. Since we retest previous daily, I'm more interested in buys, especially selling into this 1 hour support, 1 hour close bullish. So if we can start to close a 15-minute candle above here, I do like it a little bit more than the sells. But I also realize, guys, that this could just be a lot of bullshit in here. Sometimes that happens. We had a heavy day yesterday, so it's very normal after a heavy day to get range, really. This is something that happens quite a lot. Okay, interesting close here on DAX. I like this close because if we get above here, it would be good for buys to fill this wick, because this wick tapped this resistance here. So I can fill the wick and I can look for continuation. But we need a pretty good close for that. Check 30 on DAX. Yeah, it's just doji. But that wick is the same as that 30. So it's not too big. We can mark that as well. And the sell idea is still valid here as well, by the way. Do I use indicators? No. I don't use indicators. For now, gold is ping-ponging, huh? Up, down. GJ as well, doing a lot of BS. What's 5 minutes saying, GJ? GJ is pretty hard, huh? With that previous 4 hour right there. Not previous, the current 4 hour, sorry. Big rejection from it, and now wick fill it. Harry had to feed his pigeon. No, no pigeons to feed. How is blowing my nose feeding a pigeon? In this situation where there's a lot of choppy 5 minute candle, we're relying on volume to push through after filling the wick. Yeah, because we're not really basing on 5 minute. In that scenario, we'd be basing on also like a 15-minute candles closing bullish, 1 hour candles closing bullish. You would use the other confirmations. But yeah, it's relied on volume. So this is a trade where you can quickly get tapped break even and still it hits your TP, but there's nothing you can do about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it. 3 to 4 a.m. usually volatility for gold. Yeah, gold has been nice during Asian session. That has been a consistent good volume time for gold in Asian session. So it's been decent, but that's the time I sleep. If you're up during Asian, then there's definitely been a good amount of options that come and go. How do you know I was blowing my nose? No, I was, not you. What's your bias for GJ? Technically, it has a bearish bias today. Most guys show the wins, not losses, and they never trade live. Yeah, I've been trading live for a while. I took a short on gold during Asian setup. I mean Asian session, Asian setup. Oh, you did write Asian setup. Okay, good. I thought I was going crazy. I saw the Asian. I was flicking through it. Some nice trades. Took a long here as well. This was valid one. Manage SL and then reduce. Asian used to be trash for years. Now it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's on gold only, to be honest. Consistent wise. But yeah, it's typically the boring session. These shorts here in Asian were nice as well. 715 late Asian, but this was a beautiful short. Anyone take this one here to get down? Quite nice this. 39 pip stop loss, 40 pip candle. This was a good one. Little bit, this for me, shorts, this was my favorite, man. This was a sick setup here. This was very, very, very cool setup. Breaking this low here to get down to these lows. 40 pips, aggressive stop loss, you run 35. Too many options during Asian though. Bit early, time was this? 615, 615, not bad, man. Congrats, almost 100k subscribers. Thank you guys. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. Goal is to get to that 100k. We're pretty far, man. We still have, I think, 5... Yeah, we're only at 94.8, man. We still have like 5,000 plus subscribers. So we need some work. Which one of your learning material on YouTube is more sophisticated? Sophisticated, they don't do well. So this is a sophisticated video. All the videos that have least views are more sophisticated. Because people don't like to watch the complex stuff. They're not at that level yet. But to be honest, most of my sophisticated stuff I just do with the webinars and the guys in the exclusive. Silver button coming soon. Yeah, hopefully. We only get 1 subscriber per stream or something. It's some ridiculous number like that. 1 or 2. People are not sharing our streams. Would it be logical to take setup 3 on USD JPY if this 15 closes below 4 hour? I haven't analyzed USD JPY, but I can look at the setup. You need it weak though, yeah. Yeah, you need it weak. And then instead of breaking this low, I'd go lowest low. Bicep reveal at 100k? Ooh, I think that we've saved for the 1,000 views on stream. That's what we've saved for 1,000 views on stream. DAX, let's have a look, man. It's coming closer to our zone. 6 minutes for that. We have about 1 minute for this current 5 minute to close above potentially. See how 1 minute's looking. Yeah, good 1 minute structure there. Would you remove the background picture to put the silver button? It's too small, man. It's too small, the silver button. Maybe I put it next to it. Downloading viewbots now. There are 941 videos in your channel. Yeah, check out the grind, bro. Check out the freaking grind. 941 videos. That's posting for 2.5 years every single day. But no, bro, there's not that many videos. The reason it says 941 is because of the streams. It's because of the streams. But in terms of videos, no, just watch the recent videos, man. I recommend you watch this. This stop loss one is a pretty advanced one in terms of basics. You get there before 2026 for sure? Yeah, we just need to get some. 5 minute didn't close above here. What's this push? Well, we have the 15 coming soon. Huge gap on broker. Let's have a look. I didn't see it on broker. Yeah, there is a small one. No bottom wick on mine. It's just a stupid close anyways. Gold trying to break down right now. I prefer the sells below previous daily resistance. I don't like the price action around this zone. GJ for what buys? Yeah, but I forgot it. I actually said wrong. We're actually bearish buys today. Look. So this is counter bias. But it does look nice, yes. Maybe we can try counter bias, 12 pips for 10 to there. It's not the best, huh? Very small. How big are spreads on GJ? That will matter here. Almost a pip spread on GJ? That's stupid, man. Stupid with these ranges. It's a big percentage of the trade. I wonder how much it is on funded accounts right now. Check. Must be high. $1.7. Ooh, what's happening with gold here? We've had a dump here on gold, so if we can get 5 minutes, if this can close below and we get 5 minute structure, it's valid. So we get the close below and then 5 minute structure and we're ready to go. See what DAX is doing. We have all this bullshit here, which is the problem. I really wish it gave us an entry down there. It would have been simple. What's the strategy do you use for trading? Is it unique from or Tradesharpe? I think it's price action, so whoever trades price action should trade somewhat similar. But the small tweaks in my trading, I think, are unique to me. I've not seen really someone pioneer just the small things I do. The overall core is just core price action trading. So there's only a few ways you can trade price action, which is buying above a zone, selling below a zone, buying to a zone, selling to a zone, waiting for pullbacks to enter a trade, or taking continuation trades. So everyone who trades price action will trade that type of style. But in terms of what details you look for, I think it should change from person to person. Not should, but it could change from person to person. Wow, after all of that dump, it closes above. Very interesting. One, two, three, four, five. Five, no pullback. Same thing happened on DAX. To be honest, if DAX can chill here, we have this range. It's beautiful on the 1 hour. 1 hour is like a straight shot. So if DAX can just, you know, form some structure in here, it's not a crazy buy above this. Yeah, it's also pretty clean on 5. We have a wick to fill here. A little bit higher, but, you know, we can play with that. Is there a way on Tradingview to get the candles even? Because for me, they open random errors overlap. What chart company are you using? Check. I'm using Forex.com for DAX. For gold, I use PYTH. For GJ, I use Forex.com. Come on, give us some 5-minute structure. Trump is launching new coin on crypto. I don't know. Is it a scam or what? So yesterday we don't get straight pushes, but we get reversals. Today we're getting straight pushes. Very interesting. We have 35 key level, 50 key level is the big one. Wow, what's dumping gold like this, man? I mean, how do we enter this? You can't, man, because it closed at support. If it closed below support, we can enter wick fill. Wick fill with the stop loss back in the range. 40 pips is not a crazy stop loss. So you put stop loss back in the range. Yes, aggressive, because there's no 5-minute structure. So you're relying on 1-minute structure, which was formed here. And that's it. But without it closing below, is this a 30 level as well? Yeah, you can't really do much, man. So 1 hour level as well, 30-minute level as well. Very hard. Very, very hard to say that that would be profitable. One-minute entry, hard because you don't have confirmation close below. Oh, we had some news. Oh, that's fine. That's Swiss. Won't close gold. It won't do that to gold. How's GJ doing? Where is it going? Looks like a big move on GJ, but GJ ranges are cooked, man. This is maybe like 5 pips. Yeah, 5.5 pips. Stop loss is like 13.5. To be honest, best bet is if DAX can chill here. Could be nice. Remember what yesterday open did. No bottom wick on this 15 as well, so it would be amazing if it can come back down to make its bottom wick. At that same time, it would form structure, and we will be ready for the open. And the open should give us a nice trade back to this 15-minute resistance, back towards these highs, and complete the 1 hour move. It will be a very nice trade. So we need probabilities to play out of it to go and make a bottom wick right now. Uday is speaking. He was supposed to speak in an hour, bro. This guy is a constant liar, bro. Where's my Forex factory? Is he really yapping? Oh, he's not yapping yet. Sil is yapping. Sil is yapping. See? This is all Sil. Why US 30 is not good to take a trade or analyze in London? Because it's really inconsistent in volume. Just a waste of time, right? You want to trade something that's going to make you profits. So why should I trade something that is like super inconsistent for me? If this DAX candle closes weak with a bearish rejection would be very nice. Yeah, it would help us to take this trade above here. I would like that as well. Any type of rejection just to not be above the zone will be better. Can you enable community leaderboard in YouTube chats? Do they have that feature? If they do, I will. Let me know how to enable that. You can set goals. What are goals? Oh look, you can bait people to pay you money. Damn. So now they allow you to bait people to pay you money. How you'll celebrate? Let's try this feature. How does it work? Where does the goals come? How do you see the goals in chat? You can't see these goals. So weird. See goal. Oh, there we go. One super chat, show one bicep. Damn, you can bait people. Fully bait people. Damn. I wish they did that so I can put a goal for like likes or something, or a subscriber goal. That would be sick. Alright, candle closed above here. Hopefully, we still have the 15 open, guys. 15 is still open, so 15 can still reject right now. Only YouTube, but I wish on the goal we could put a subscriber goal. I would enjoy that. If we could put a subscriber goal, it would be good. Harry, how much is your mentorship? $1.8 per day. We just opened spots. We have about, I think 2 people joined, so we have about 8 spots, 9 spots remaining. So yeah, 6 months into the year, if you want to join and not be ripped off, or you can go pay these gurus. I simply just charge for my time, which is fair because I'm giving private feedback. I really want to make like a member testimonial because some of the guys in there I'm very proud of, passing funded accounts, recovering a drawdown from their losses that they had previous to joining, people now being consistent since the beginning of the year. Can I join for 1 month? Yeah, that's the whole point. I don't want to lock anyone in. You can join and leave when you like. Plus you get my whole webinars, course, all of that. For the giveaway, can't we make it 650? Bro, we're at 629 viewers. You can make it to 700. I hope. Damn, I should have put it at 750 today. Make sure you leave a subscribe, guys. We want to go back on the win streak. Our last win streak here was 6. Now we're coming for 7. This month, 7 wins in a row. Let's go. Live on stream. Bro, you trade live capital? Yeah, I'm not funded. Like so people come to the live. I wonder what's the best method that promotes your live. I think chat. If chat is active, people join the live. So if you guys are not yapping in chat, asking me questions, being funny, making my time here interesting as well, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So start yapping. We have 628 but 12 likes. Yeah, you're just not refreshed. We have 229. Need a win so chat spans W. Yeah. Join last week. Let's go. Causing what? Woof. Prepare some CS cheats for the win later. Oh, some CS cases. Yeah, I need to go buy some cases. Same for Zoom? No, only YouTube chat. Alright, good retracement. Might come make the bottom wick, yeah? 3 minutes. It's not crazy. Remember, we're dealing with DAX right now. DAX can change in the last 1 minute here. Let's see what gold is doing. Wow, gold has respected the support. Check that out. Respected the support. Maybe we can get set up 2 back down. Previous daily here. Let's check bias again. Bias is mixed, right? So actually buys, I need to analyze and see. Is there a way I can take buys with a fake out back inside the range? With a fake out back inside the range. So if this candle closes bearish, next one closes back in the range, maybe some buys. Maybe some buys. Join today, same. Let's go. Time to level up. XNS for DAX commission is unimaginable. Yeah, I'm not an XNS. Look, guys, do not doubt the no bottom wick. What did I say? probabilities, there's a high chance. And that used to be a trade that I used to try take. Is that if a candle opened no bottom wick, I try to take the opposite side for it to make the bottom wick. The only problem is where the hell do you put stops? You can't get an accurate stop, so it makes the position inaccurate. DAX gonna dump? Let's see in 1 minute. I hope DAX dumps. Not bad. Pips on steroids. Good name, good name. Do you look for confirmation on Tradingview or broker? Final confirmation on broker. But it should be very similar on Tradingview. That hammer on daily time frame, that's a bullish hammer though, not a bearish hammer, you see? Long bottom wick, not long top wick. So some 5-minute structure we have. See what the open does. If the open pops up here, we should just all cry ourselves to sleep. I think that will be the best solution for our pain. It's just to cry ourselves to sleep. But hopefully we are spared. Hopefully we are spared this 12-point amazing range. Just 12 points. If we are spared, we should be okay. If it just pops up and flies, it's okay. We can also cry ourselves to sleep. That is something that is very possible to do. All right, open here. Yeah, it's kind of trying to make a decision. So now we're going down. Yay. That's kind of the direction we wanted. Remember, we're still mixed bias today, so we could see downside throughout London. It is very possible this is one big retest. London pushes down, but then we have selling plans as well for that. Let's check what gold did. Gold opened no bottom, a tiny bottom wick. This didn't close back in the range. So setup 2 sells are not going to be crazy on a 15. 5-minute setup 2, we need 2 candles closing bearish. 30-minute close below, 1 hour close below. See what GJ did. Ooh, GJ following bias at the moment here. No top wick on this candle. 30-minute setup 2, but then we have the 1 hour support. I think we're right at the 1 hour support. No, we're starting to get a little bit below it, but no top wick on this candle. You have top wick on GJ? Let me have a look. I don't, not on broker. Gold 30-minute wick fill, something I was thinking about. But I'd like to see maybe a 5-minute close bearish. Even if we get and close below the previous daily resistance. But it is something I'm thinking about. Just fighting this strong rejection, you know? We are fighting this strong rejection. Two minutes for this 5 to close. It's a risky trade, this, man. Because you have no stop loss, huh? If you want to just take the 30-minute wick fill, like you said, we have no stop loss. Unless you run it, of course, above here for 60 pips. It's a little bit on the rougher side. Is the London session 9 hours long? Yeah, but the volume doesn't last for 9 hours, so it's only like 2 hours. Here the retest will come, watch. If we reject here, boom, this shit's coming back up. This shit is coming back up. There's a previous daily, it just broke. Yes, I have that marked. That's what PDR is. That 1 hour support is not important because it got wick through. It's not as important, but it became a 15 now, so you still leave it on. We have all this range here to trade, so it's going to be interesting to see what we do around these 5-minute supports. Below the 5-minute, we have all this range to trade. So there is room towards the downside if this wants to get going. Short gold? Possibly, but we just have to wait a little bit. DAX as well, now bouncing off our bounce zone. So we'll see if this wants to start kicking into gear for buys potentially. Are there any other volume times? Yes, New York session. GJ dumping as well. Yeah, GJ no top wick. Could flip. Hey man, hope you're doing well. How much do you believe in 15-minute support and resistance? I love that stuff. I think they're very accurate. Especially for intra-session trading, you know, when you're trading a session, it's very good stuff. Let's see if it wants to reject here or if it wants to continue down. It's going to be interesting. Let's see what we do here. DAX coming down very strong. We have sell ranges below here as well. But it's very hard to trade a market that ping pongs, goes up and then straight dump, you know. Very hard to trade these type of markets because it's not a continuous move, nor is it a direction stable move. We want to look for direction stable moves, because direction stable moves, like if this is going to continue moving down now, we should be able to catch this next leg. If it fails from here, we either lose the trade or it just doesn't give an entry, right? So that's the two things that can happen. So we want something that's a bit more direction stable. Now we always try to catch the first beginning of the move so that we don't really have to rely on direction stability. But in this case, there's a lot of volume here and we have to try capitalize off volume, but that's what price action would tell us. So what price action would tell us is something closing below here. More importantly, a 15 as well closing below this range, which would be the first 15-minute candle to do so, because the last one technically rejected that, right? Alright, so we're trying to get below the 5-minute support with 22 seconds for this candle to close. 1 minute has structure here. An aggressive trade would be this 5-minute sell here for 28 pips to fill the wick and potentially continue. Let's see the top wick, keep an eye on this. This might be like, if we get a decent enough top wick, I might be interested in this. I have a bottom wick. We just have to trust that the 5-minute closes below. I do like this top wick. It's starting to interest me, this. This is an aggressive management trade. So what I will do is if it breaks the low, I take a sell. Sell below the low. Stop loss will go back above the 50-minute resistance. And I rely on the 15-minute close to close below. But this is going to be an aggressive trade. Why is it going to be aggressive? Because if it breaks the low and starts to retrace, I'm actually going to get out and wait for 15 close. Because with this volume we're having today, I'm kind of relying on, okay, let's see if volume can push, you know? I would expect it to flip and push. If it starts breaking through these highs too aggressively, then I'm just going to delete my order because it's going to adjust my stop loss, right? Right, it's making my stop loss a bit big here. Yeah, so unfortunately I have to delete this order right now because it doesn't make sense anymore with this top wick, especially with 2 minutes 47 seconds to the 15. I can't risk being triggered and then the 15 closes above here. But we are rejecting right now, so maybe I give it one last chance here. What is the difference in stop? It's not that bad, 31 pip stops. Yeah, I think this could still be okay. Yeah, I'll give it a chance. Yeah, I'll give it a chance. It's a nice rejection. So let me give it a chance. But if it starts to retrace from here and it starts to head back up, I have to delete. It's getting too close to 15. Yeah, I'm waiting for 15 now, so gonna delete this order. Now it's close to 15. One minute 45. Yes, it can still flip, but I do not want to be triggered and then get screwed, because remember, my stop loss is based on a 5. So next 5 minute, if this 5 minute closes bullish after triggering me in, my stop loss is gonna be a little bit tough until we re-break the lows. So let's just see what happens here. If you want to take a risk, you could with 1 minute. You literally have 1 minute, but it's close, man. It's close. It's close. I just don't want to take that gamble right now, and then 1 minute I end up getting screwed. If it flips and push, it's going to be pissing off. Yeah, that's pretty annoying, not gonna lie. Hopefully a thunder. Thunder would be sick right now. Thunder would be sick right now. But see, this is the rejection I'm scared about. If I had to hold through this rejection and it goes back in this range. Yeah, this is the rejection I'm scared about. Watch. See? This. You see 27 seconds. You're stuck. Look at this. Wait. Look at the rejection now. Look, watch. See? You immediately get triggered. And then now you're like, fuck, 17 seconds. Your stop loss is just here. You see? It's a whole different trade now. So ultimately, it's a good decision. But now we want the 15 to close below so we can have more options. So 15 has closed below. No top wick yet on the 15. So hopefully this can make a top wick. Then we can see how we can enter this. But I need top wick. Previous 1 hour being crossed through twice. Okay, we can mark this previous 1 hour. It has been crossed through twice with wicks. Top wick made? It is made, yeah. Now we need to see, okay, fine. So either a 5 minute close below here would be an amazing trade, I feel, to be honest. That would give you the full confirmation. Taking it break of low, it's harder. Why is it harder? Because the 5 minute closed back in the range. If the 5 minute didn't close back in the range, it's just a thunderstorm setup. It makes sense. Because I still want to run the 5 minute stop loss, which would be back inside of the 5 minute range. I mean 15 minute range. So above 5 minute structure, back in the 15 minute range. Those guys in the exclusive, you guys should know. That's that double confirmation thing. Double confirmation, yeah, watch last week's webinar. It's gonna take that's just, yeah, last week we had a webinar. It's an advanced concept, so don't need to worry. It's just about how to use smaller stop losses. So we have a trick on how to use smaller stop losses, and that's part of that. So you can watch last week's. It's in the exclusive content. If you go to the content library, that's what you guys need to do. In content library, I put all the topics. So this was the one, advanced stop loss placement part 2. So you can see what date it was posted and where it was posted and what's the name. Every week I put new content, I post it in here. So you can scroll back, like there's so much, look how much I have in here. And you can see which webinar, which week, what content I've been up, what I talked about in the webinar. Like this week's webinar, I talked about, you know, some of the analysis and fundamentals, right? I also talked about the stock market and stuff like that. Health of the stock market, etc. Got a quick scalp of DAX buys. Hopefully you got out. It's dumping down now. So you said you did get one, so hopefully that's it. I've been looking at what fundamentals, a lot to get through. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just take your time. There's no rush for that. We might get through this lows here to take sells. Let's keep an eye on this. Where would stop go though? What are we working with stops, man? It's making it very hard for stop loss placement these days. Sheesh, what's this dump, man? Very impulsive, bro. It's two random moves come. Very slow, choppy, and then boom. Very difficult with impulsive moves. Not impulsive entries, but impulsive moves. Like, we're not getting a clean close below here on the 5 to take a trade to get here and see what happens. Like, if that happened and I didn't take that and that played out, that's considered a missed position. Slightly more aggressive, but right now we're just like, you know, it's just such a big candle here, randomness. US 32, I mean, it happened on gold today as well. Good decision we made on gold, guys, huh? Waiting. Patience always pays sometimes, and I know it's painful. It's painful, but we just avoided a loss by not FOMOing in. We've been waiting all session for a position, but what's worse is waiting and then losing. So we want to put ourselves in the best position to win. So I'm very happy we avoided this. US 30, same dump, so something must have been said, yeah. But the market's been like this morning. Same shit happened on gold. We just dump randomly and now ranging. Look at gold, man, just doing nothing. It's like, this is almost virtually impossible to trade nicely because you are ranging and then one candle comes and that's the move and then you get stuck in range. It's very hard to trade compared to what we had in Asian. Look how many options you have in Asian. All of these candles close below. You can take these sells here. This was a nice short position in Asian, right? You can take more sells below here if you missed that. You can take this short position here as well. That was a nice trade in Asian as well, to take shorts below there, and that was basically it for shorts in Asian session. But you had some good options. If this is some fundamental event, we could enter here in 1 minute. Massive LTA here, holy shit. Let's see what 1 minute does here. We could use the 1 minute strat. It's not crazy. It is aggressive, but it's not crazy. Because there's some sort of thing going on. US 30 is doing same dump. SPX doing same dump. NASDAQ doing same dump. So if this is fundamentally something happening, it might not be a small move. I can get in on lower time frame. But there's no way I can enter with proper stop loss. I could just take a random entry right now. But I'd have to run stop loss like above the highs here for 120 points. For me, that's over risking, because I calculate my risk based on stop loss, not just taking random positions. I mean, you could just close your eyes and press sell and try get a quick scalp, but again, your stop loss has to be very random. So the only way I can enter right now is 1 minute strategy, which could form right now. We'll have to see. If this thing just dumps straight on a 1 minute, it's not my move, man. It's not my move that I can actually get a comfortable risk reward with probabilities. But I know there'll be a lot of people who just randomly sell the lows here. Yes, it is somewhat valid, but not with the stop loss that we take. Like, they get away with it today, but, you know, they're over risking on that. If that reverses on them, you're cooked, you know? You're really cooked. We tap 4 hour support. Like I said, it won't really care about levels because we won't really care about levels because of this fundamental move. But the only way I can get in is on a 1 minute, and a 1 minute is not allowing me. And no, I'm not going to use a 30-second time frame. This type of 1 minute moves makes me feel FOMO. Right now, open a demo account and just press sell. You'll feel much better. Open demo account, press sell. You have 30-second time frame? I don't know if my subscription allows it. But yeah, I should. Yeah, I have 30-second time frame. Oh, never mind. I have only the essential plan, not the premium plan. If the 1 minute trade comes here, please do not copy if you don't know how to be fast. These are very fast trades, very aggressive, and it's relying fully on volume here. You need to be fast. Execution is fast. Closing is fast. Stop loss to break even is fast. And stop loss is fast. Everything will be. So if you're not fast putting in stop loss, you're not fast moving to break even, it's going to be very tough to take this because you'll probably get cooked. Or just try it with lower risk. Not going to really miss out on too much with lower risk. It's safer that way. We are getting 1 minute structure, so that's what I want to see. I want this 1 minute to close bullish. Next one close bearish below. I'd be interesting. Damn, only one. We have only one bearish. Oof, okay. I really can't do anything with that, man. I can't do anything with that. I can't do anything with that. It was looking good, man. It was looking good. We had a nice little pullback. Those who don't know what the 1 minute strategy is, it's all for my guys on the exclusive. Check out the video in WAP, study it today, keep it fresh in your mind. So if we see this scenario again, you know what to do. But it was coming, but you can't control that. Too fast for me. That's why I don't like DAX on 1 minute and 2 minute. I mean, there's nothing you can do today unless you impulsively enter. Like I said, it actually would have worked though. If you just went on this 5 minute close with a 89 point stop, you did get 125. So you would have got your 1-to-1, but I can't predict that, man. I'm selling straight into daily support. Like, it's just not something that I do because it seems like you take a shot for the sake of taking a shot and hope that volume. What is the news? I'm not sure what is the news, but there's obviously something going on for the rest of the market to follow through, right? We have the same dump on all pairs here. So where's my financial juice? Nothing has come up on financial juice, but there has to be something going on. I mean, if this is just a big player closing positions, like what the fuck, man? Man is not only closing position, he's doing a massive thing. Gold might be onto something. Let's see what gold is doing. 50 minutes and 3 minutes. Yeah, potentially. Let's see how it closes. No 5 minute structure, not the best. I think gold is moving range, then random move, range, random move. So I'm a bit scared with gold. Oh, GJ had a very similar dump to DAX actually. So that means money moving into the yen, money moving out of DAX. One minute structure on DAX. One candle now we have. Check how clean that was. Yeah, very clean, huh? What's this? USD JPY? Yeah, nice one. Paper traded it. It's nice though. DAX has reached weekly now. Let's see this weekly. Previous weekly. Not just yet. Yeah, I'm pretty scared to sell these lows, I'm not gonna lie. It's, you know, it's not the best point. It's valid if we close below though, it is a valid setup, but what a dump we've had. How much more do we have in us? But maybe it's worth a shot, but very aggressive break even. And I'm talking about in profit, I'm break even. Comes back, I get out because I'm not playing games. Even if the trade plays out, I just can't play it like that. See what Jacob has done? Damn, he took a sell from up there. Where was your stop loss? Yeah, it was a good sell today, I'll tell you that much. Took an L on UJ even though it played out? How would you lose on UJ? Seemed pretty clean move to me, pretty straightforward. Even if you took this sell without waiting for break of low, it respected the highs. This one closed below, nothing broke the highs. Yeah, I don't think you can lose on UJ here. It was very clean. Candle above? Okay, okay. Not bad. Let's just have a look at that. Took it here. Yeah, this would be a bit different if we closed below. I would like that. That's what I was looking for myself. But more of the aggressive side, I can see it, you know. Running this idea. Big move today though. Very good move. So definitely was good today, man. Right place to be at the right time, I tell you that much. Big trade. Well done. So now we're just retracing some of this move here. Very impulsive to get in. I want to know what the hell happened. Gold is barcoding. Gold was just like impulsive and now we have to deal with range. Like you can't really do much with that. Very tough. DAX was a beautiful move here, but nothing I saw. I just wish it gave one close. Cheers, man. Take care, X. London session this week, it's been rough. It's only the second day of the week, man. Relax. It's not rough, really. It's just this is the second day of the month. Like, it's not rough at all. We have a whole month ahead of us. Plenty of price action days. It's just like we watch this live in front of us, so it feels rough, but typically, imagine you didn't trade today and you came back to the charts and you saw this, you're like, wow, what a move, but where the fuck would I got in, you know? Just dumped. You know what I mean? Gold is ranging now. Yeah, crap. You know, back in the day, GJ used to move like this pretty much every day. And I want to see if this is still true till today. So I'm going to tell you this before I hop off. I used to take this position. If this 5-minute closes below, I used to take this sell. Because I always used to miss these positions for whatever reason. Hesitation, no entry, whatever. But I used to have FOMO. So what did I used to do? I used to take the sell at the break of the low. And every time I would lose this position. I used to take it break of low and put stop loss somewhere above the highs, thinking I'm a little bit smart. 10 pip stop. We have like a 10 pip target here. Should be a great position. I used to do this all the time. And I always used to lose. So today we're going to watch and see what happens. Because this in my past used to be a trade I'm 100% in. Back in the day, because I have FOMO. I've seen a big move. I need to get part of this, man. I need to have a piece of the cake. I deserve a piece of the cake. So in typical GJ fashion, this should close below, which it does. And now when this breaks the low, and I want to see if it hits stop loss or not. I'm very interested to see. And normally it teases you. Normally it teases you, and it will give you, like, you know, a little bit of hope. And then it sends you to destination fucked. Today it will play out because we're not getting in. I'm even tempted to take the opposite. I'm very tempted to take the opposite because I know in my past how many times I've lost this type of position. So you guys all take the sell. I'm going to take the opposite, so I have high chance of winning. You know, someone has to lose here, right? I asked for a management plan. Yeah, but that was not a bad trade, bro. That was not a bad trade. May I know when we have to ignore in between 50-minute support and resistance? Check out my video on YouTube about support and resistance. This one, do this every day. Man, gold is sleeping. What is DAX doing? Sleeping. If you took this 1-minute position here, stop loss is 60 points, gave you 30 points, now back to break even. Yeah, even if you're going super aggressive. Setup 2 back down on DAX. I don't know with this type of heavy push, man. The first setup 2 after a big push normally fails. You know? Just a tough right now. We still even don't know why it pushed. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if we know and it's a reason that has a fundamental reason for it to continue push, then yeah, I'm gonna try get in for sure. I'm gonna get in again and again and again, because it's just gonna fundamentally continue down. But without knowing what's happening, because Juice is not updating us, it's very tough to do that. Anyways, I'm fortunate today. Gonna head off. Appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Really, it's a pleasure to have you on stream. Next time, look, I'll tell you one thing. The volume we've been having is a very good sign, guys. Gold was tough. Gold was tough. Great discussions today on stream. Nothing you can do with gold. For it just to push and range, and then, look, it ranged, pushed, ranged, nothing you can do. DAX, very impulsive push. We would need to do a bit of a FOMO trade to get in there, but we're not going to start our month with FOMO trades fully. So this could be something that we could look at. And then GJ, there was a trade setup 2 on 30-minute, but no top wick, so nothing we can do. Did this okay, didn't break the low first, but I probably would have entered in the past without breaking the low out of FOMO. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. Is to see this volume continue, but now we get setups. This is how it works. I do appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Be sure to leave a subscribe, show up so we can get these wins. You can see how I take trades over a long period of time, not just show up one day and beg for trades and then no trades come and then you leave. You're not going to learn anything. Great discussion today. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right, peace. Cheers.